My guest is Shannon Schuyler, Principal U.S. Corporation Responsibility Leader, PricewaterhouseCoopers President of Charitable Foundations, etc. Now, she's never going to toot her horn the way it should be, so I'm going to do that real quickly, and then we'll talk about how others can jump in and make a difference. In 2012, PwC launched what they called Earn Your Future, EYF, a 5-year, $160 million commitment focused on helping students develop critical financial skills and providing educators with the resources and training to teach those skills in schools. In April of last year, PwC US extended EYE by an additional $30 million, increasing it to now one of the largest and broadest corporate commitments to financial literacy. So she has a right to talk about it. And then the study. She and those who join her know that you have to know about a problem to fix it. And so I'm going to say what she won't say. Every corporation in this country ought to be doing something similar. I'm not asking for $190 million, but what are you doing to make sure that our young people are properly educated? And how do we fix the problems? Shannon, it would be helpful if we had more corporate involvement, don't you think?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I think corporations really have to understand the crushing debt that these students are becoming first year, second year within their corporations and figure out how to help. We recently launched a student loan paydown program that just as part of benefits said if you come to work for PwC, we'll take care of up to $10,000 of your debt.
Wow.
Because the average debt is $35,000, and that's so much, and it's hard to start. And if we can take care of that and start paying that off over their first several years with the firm, it gives people a chance. And so I think between adding types of things like that to benefits and also adding employee programs around training for financial literacy, allowing open doors to have this conversation to let people know that they're not by themselves, but they have resources that can really help them. And really companies can do all of those things right inside their doors.
And Shannon, my concern here, when we let kids graduate from college with tremendous debt, paying for college, they come out, don't you tend to shy away from anything financial because you can't pay it, you don't have the money, you're looking for a job. I guess what I'm asking, does debt itself become one of the instruments that keeps our young people from learning how to be good financial literate people?
I think it starts a downward spiral, and so it shouldn't be surprising that 30% of this group also has overdrawn checking accounts. They have one or two credit cards, and as you said earlier, they only pay minimum, and many of those credit cards are also delayed in the paying for them. And now we're seeing a rise in alternative financial services, and so things like payday loans and pawn shops are being used more and more by this generation because they're so in debt and they're looking for money now to continue with the experiences and the things that they want to do. And so they're really exploring things that once or twice are certainly not bad options, but using those continuously really can get very costly and them in a worse place than they are right now.
And when you look at the overall statistics, I mean, they're unhappy with where they are, these young people. They want to do better. They want to feel better. And I think knowing that other people are in here besides mom and dad to help them out, and that's what I applaud PwC for doing what they did, for saying to somebody, come to work for us, we're not only going to pay your paycheck, but we're also going to help you pay down your debt. I mean, that's the kind of spirit I think they have to see in order to believe, okay, I can get out of this. I can handle this.
No, this is, like you said, an amazing generation, but they're so financially fragile. But they really can leverage their technology savvy. There's so many things available, not only within their companies, but on the Internet that allow them to learn at their pace, learn in ways and with courses that really resonate with them. And we need to help them see all the variety of things out there that they can reach out to and find the ones that really are most applicable.
Shannon, let me stop you just a minute. Let's get back to that. Let me take a break. I've got to stop in here for just a minute, but we'll be right back with Shannon Schuyler and more about what we should be doing about the millennials in our country. You're listening to Radio America. I'm your host, Paul Beery, and we thank you for joining us. Our program sponsor is the Defense Credit Union Council, and we thank them for their continued support of this program, dedicated to making all of us smarter consumers. And if there's a topic that you want to discuss or you want us to discuss, please write to me here. Paul Beery, Radio America, 1100 North Glebe Road, Suite 900, Arlington, Virginia, 22201, or you may contact me, my website at hffradio.com, hffradio.com. Okay, we're talking about a study that was commissioned, if you will, by PricewaterhouseCoopers, and we have one of their top executives, the president of their responsibility, their charitable foundations, and part of their principal with their corporate responsibility leader. PricewaterhouseCoopers is setting the standard, folks, for how corporations can be involved. And as I said before, they don't toot their own horn, but they just do what has to be done. They're paying out big sums of dollars, sharing some of that profit, saying, okay, it has to go here to make a difference because we are a company of people. And without educated, qualified people, we can't do what we need to do. It's a simple give and take. Here's what we give to you, we get back, and we take this from you. That works, and it's working for PricewaterhouseCoopers, isn't it, Shannon?
No, it absolutely is. And I think the one thing that we've really learned is this is about all types of millennials. There was a thought that once a millennial or individuals went to college, they actually had a grasp on this. And what we're finding is even though 85% of college-educated millennials are responding that they really understand financial concepts, only 14% of them answered all the questions right. And so it doesn't matter whether you've gone to college or not. These are things that you're not taught in school, and many people are not taught it at home. And so it takes more than a college education to just know what to do. And certainly employers should be there to help and to understand the dilemmas that these millennials are in.
I think, first of all, thank you for getting the study out there. Now that you have the study out there and everybody can look at it and read it and see what it says and understand it, what should happen now?
One, we certainly hope that more states and more schools move to financial literacy training throughout school. So this isn't about having one course your junior year and then you graduate. This is about embedding it from kindergarten through high school because you only understand financial concepts when you actually put them into practice. So you're not going to know how to really leverage the stock market when it's time to use it when you're in the third or fourth grade. And so we got to make sure that people are learning things actually as the things are actually happening in their lives. And so hopefully more schools will adopt this. Hopefully more companies will really see the role that they play for these individuals coming to work for them. And certainly families will start to talk about this and realize that it can't be a taboo topic anymore.
No, it can't be. We've got to admit that we don't know what we don't know. And I love one of the things that I know PricewaterhouseCoopers is doing is training the trainers. You're actually making a difference with the teachers saying, look, we'll help you become more qualified to teach financial literacy.
No, absolutely. I think one of the things is you throw this at teachers, and many of them don't understand the concepts necessarily, and we want to make sure we're helping them be more financially savvy, as well as teaching them things so they can readily pass it on. And so working very closely with the Knowledge at Wharton High School and others to bring teachers together by the thousands to educate them so they feel like they own this and they feel empowered to teach it.
Is it fixable?
I think that this is one of those things that is fixable. It's just about continuous training and making sure that people can access information when they can. And then it's also about trust. I think the financial systems over many years and even decades have lost some trust, and we have to find a way to really restore that and to guide people back to the financial systems that are really very positive and to allow them to trust that system.
I think the other thing that is really, I won't say scary, but as of concern, is where we as the number one country in the world end up when it comes to financial literacy. 14th on the list is not high enough, is it, Shannon?
No, it's absolutely not. I mean, you look at the power that we have as a country, and you look at what our people do and the entrepreneurs that we have and the innovations that are coming out, and those things are amazing and truly leading the world. But if we can't get our act together around finances, around personally how do we manage and how are we accountable for what we sign and our dollars, it really has a whole ripple effect to the downfall of the economy.
The other part of that, of course, is that we can't just look across the street anymore and figure that's who we're competing against. You know very well, PricewaterhouseCoopers, we're not competing with folks across the street, are we? We're competing
No. But it's been very interesting. Even the work that we've done and certainly started in the U.S., we've now translated our materials into 4 different languages. We're working with folks everywhere from Russia to Japan to Mexico and Brazil and Canada. And so this is an issue that people are really embracing and saying it breaks down walls because everybody understands how you can get yourself in this situation, and everyone is looking for really help to get out.
If people want more information on the study, where do they go, Shannon?
pwc.com/EYF.
Okay, folks, that's it, and I hope you do want more information. Shannon, we're glad you're there. We're glad that PwC is doing what it's doing. Continue to do that, and please come back and see us again, would you?
Absolutely.
Our delight to have you on the show. Shannon, Schuyler, PricewaterhouseCoopers. Folks, they're making a difference. Studies are out there. Information is out there. We've shared it with you. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? When we come back, we'll tell you something else that you should know about millennials. Stay with us. This is Home and Family Finance. I'm Paul Berry.